What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we're talking about another Transformers movie, continuing on my Transformers rewatch with 2018's Bumblebee, starring Hailee Steinfeld and John Cena, directed from Travis Knight. And I was just looking at some of his movies, and he doesn't seem to have written a whole lot or directed a whole lot. Only 6 films, one of them Kobo and The Two Strings. Never heard of it. Wildwood, and then Masters of the Universe. Oh, that says it's coming out 2026. So, future project? I don't know. But overall, of course, this is a Bumblebee film, so of course people are gonna love it. But it was, I believe they weren't sure if they were going to completely reboot this franchise or if they wanted to retcon the continuity of this franchise. So they went back to 87 and they were like, okay, we'll show how Bumblebee got there. But then also, is this the same Bumblebee and Optimus that eventually find Shia LaBeouf in his movie in 2007? And they still, have the opportunity / ability to do that, but I think they're going to go in a whole nother route. And honestly, I don't know what route they're going in now, because this movie and then into Rise of the Beast set in the 90s, they both kind of have similar vibes, similar animation style, where they look very, very much like the cartoon, and of course the robots are 100% CGI, but there's always like that human element. This movie, it's Hailee Steinfeld. Rise of the Beast, it's Anthony Ramos. So I don't know. This movie I think was done really well because maybe I just like Hailee Steinfeld a lot. But we get to experience Bumblebee again through the eyes of Hailee instead of like Shia. You don't just see him and you're like, okay, cool, robots, awesome. Like you get to experience what it's like for a human to meet one of these things, and if you're going to be nice to it or if you're going to shoot at it, like John Cena's character. Immediately, I want to kill that thing, blow it up, and goes after it all movie, and eventually by the end, he's friends with it, he goes, this is a good guy here. But I actually reviewed this, I believe. I don't know if I reviewed it, but I watched it and left a review on my channel, and hold on, let me check. I reviewed this back June 2nd of 2023, so officially I've been on Letterboxd for a year, I think, in May. So some of the movies I started reviewing last May, I wasn't doing movie reviews yet on the channel. So I don't know if there's a movie review out on the channel, but I originally gave this movie 3.5 stars. But after watching it the other day, I gave this movie 4 out of 5 stars, raised it a half star, and I really enjoyed it. And I like that, by the end of the movie, he's this little yellow beetle the whole movie, and then by the end, he turns into that classic Camaro that we all love. But, Cena has some pretty awful lines in this, but John Cena's it up, so he's funny, of course, and he's still like this military guy, so he's, plays that character well. The little love interest, played by George Lendborg. He played Memo. That was very funny. The mom was funny. The family of Hailee Steinfeld's character was funny. The character Hank, that was like the old man in the auto shop, where he goes, "The car's yours, happy birthday," and he's like, "My toilets are beautiful," like that guy was funny. And there's some good parts in this, but I like that, it's just a Bumblebee film, like Optimus is barely in it, he touches it a little bit in the beginning, sends Bumblebee on his way, and then, he touches at the end, but we don't even really get to see him at the end other than one little quick conversation where he goes, "My name is Bumblebee," and he tells Optimus that his name is Bumblebee, and he uses the voice recording from the recording he took from Hailee Steinfeld's character. So, I don't know if that comes up later, but, definitely, I love that, the first Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf was, the coolest part was that Sam got that Camaro, and the Camaro talks to him through the radio, right? And every other Autobot just talks, and Bumblebee talks through cultural references through the radio, whether it's Eddie Murphy or presidents, Nixon, JFK, you know, there's plenty of crazy lines that they pull, and it's so perfect, like, and it's so cool. And then they pretty much made that whole, like, how does Bumblebee lose his voice? How does he get his name? How does he learn how to talk through the radio? And they pretty much made an entire movie around it and just had Hailee Steinfeld be the person, you know. So, like, I ain't mad at it. I really ain't. You know, 4 out of 5 stars, but an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time watching it the other day, and we'll be continuing on my Transformers rewatch with Rise of the Beast, and then the new one coming out, I believe, next month or later this month, Transformers 1. I don't know if I'm going to like that one, but it's Chris Hemsworth and I believe Brian Tyree Henry as Optimus and Megatron, and they're like friends. So, like, I guess they're going to show how they became not friends and became Autobots and Decepticons. I guess that's going to be the origin of that movie, but that movie looks like there's going to be no human element, and it's going to be just Autobots versus Decepticons, which frankly is what these movies should be. You know, if you were a fan of the comic, or not the, well, I guess there probably is comic books, but the cartoon, if you were a fan of the cartoon back in the day, you know, they didn't need the human element. It was just Autobots roll out, first those Decepticons roll out, you know? So maybe they're going that route and they're just doing a full Autobots Decepticon movie. But I kind of like the human element, you know? I don't necessarily love what Michael Bay was doing and just forcing the military into this in every other which way. And, you know, the military is kind of forced into this one as well with John Cena. But, you know, overall, this one's still an Autobot versus Bumblebee versus these two Decepticons. The two Decepticons, one of them's pink or red, and it's like a female voice, and she's like the smart brains of the group, but she turns in, but like, oh, the coolest part of the Decepticons, they have car versions and flying versions, right? They're not just one thing like the Autobots are. So the Decepticons are always cooler, but the blue one was so funny to me because he just wanted to murder everything, and he's like, oh, puny human, blows it up, and he goes, I like the way they pop, you know, and you're like, there's some good stuff in this one. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this movie. Comment those down below. If you want to message me on my other social medias, link in the description below. Please like, comment, subscribe on this video. Hit the bell so you don't miss the future movie reviews. Comically Boston podcast on Mondays. My name's Big Cam. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you so much. If you got this far in the video, please, really, subscribe, like this video. It helps the channel. But I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.